Hey, welcome back, and welcome back to Cooking with Vincent Price. I'm Danae. Today's video is going to be short and sweet because I'm not actually cooking anything. I'm going to be making a drink. We are in a treasury of great recipes, and we are in the America section. Specifically, we are in New Orleans. So we are at Antoine's. What I am going to be making is something called a Chablis Cassis, or Cassis. But let's listen to what he has to say about Americans and how we drink. He goes into the story of he's there and he's sitting down and he's waiting for his meal, and he says the meal is started with an aperitif called a Chablis Cassis. Sipping it, I became aware once again of how roughly we Americans bruise our taste buds with hard liquor. Whiskey and cocktails seem to anesthetize the palate and make it impervious to anything, good or bad. So I take from this, maybe Vincent was not a hard liquor fan or a whiskey fan. He definitely is a wine guy, because this cookbook and Come Into the Kitchen have enormous sections that only discuss wine. And in fact, Come Into the Kitchen, a good last quarter of that cookbook is just talking about wine and the kind of wines that you can have in regions and things like that. So this man was very fond and very knowledgeable about wine. This drink is super simple and it is super straightforward. It is a kir, which is wine and blackcurrant liquor. He says that the drink is a perfect substitute for a pre-dinner cocktail. Okay, let's get started. The recipe says that the drink must be served icy cold, but it shouldn't have any ice in it, and that you should chill your wine glass before serving. The drink also calls for the wine to be served in a large burgundy style glass, which you've seen before, and this is very similar. It's stemless, but it has the same wide base and it goes into a smaller top. I don't actually think I've ever had Chablis, so this is gonna be fun. I am notoriously bad at opening wine bottles. I love wine. I can't open the wine bottle, but it is mostly, I think, due to my wine cork opener. I have had it for over 20 years now, and I think it's just past its prime. Can they go past their prime? I really should buy a new one. I just haven't yet, and every time I think about buying a new one, I never get around to doing it. So I think I need to put that on the Amazon list of things that I need to buy, need to do. New wine opener. So he says our luncheon at Antoine's on a recent trip to New Orleans was memorable for the wine as well as the food. Again, we're looking at a guy that really likes wine. And apparently the owner of Antoine's was very, very specific in that it needs to be a dry white wine. It needs to be a Chablis. So there is a recipe to this. Basically, it is a tablespoon of creme de cassis, blackcurrant, and then you fill your wine glass half full of well-chilled French Chablis. We're gonna eyeball it. So I feel like, first of all, I should actually taste what Chablis on its own tastes like. It's very dry. It is very, very dry, bone dry. There is no sweetness to this at all. Okay. Interesting. It's actually very good. I can see having it before having a meal. It does open up the palate and the tongue. Like it feels very neutral, if that makes any sense. Probably not. And I don't know what I'm talking about. But it does not make the drink very sweet. This on its own is no sweetness whatsoever. And I was really assuming that when I put this into the wine that it was going to be like drinking jelly. And it's not. This is actually very pleasant. I do get the blackcurrant taste, but really it just mixes well together. And I can't describe what it tastes like other than it's cohesive and it works. So I'm considering this my own palate cleanse, since lately, through mostly the fault of my own, some of the recipes have not quite worked out. So this is our palate cleanse, and I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.